Hey there, welcome to Live Happily Ever Now. I am your host, Carrie Briggs. If you found this podcast, that is no accident. It means that you're ready to feel good, heal your life, and manifest the life of your dreams. I can't wait. Hello, and welcome back to Live Happily Ever Now. I am your host, Carrie Briggs. Welcome back for another week, you guys. Oh, this is so good. So for those of you who know or do not know, I do not script my podcasts. They are completely intuitively guided. There is nothing in here that I think of beforehand. I usually come with an idea and I kind of let it roll with it. I am an intuitive, I am a channel, so I am completely guided during these podcast episodes. And that's also how I teach and how I coach. So getting on this podcast this morning to go to record this, I was called to pull a card, and they're like, whatever card you pull is what you're going to talk about and what you really need to lean into. It's been a really hard time for me in the past couple months. Not going to hide it. I'm going to be completely vulnerable and open about that. If you've been following me, you understand. If you have not, totally okay. It's been kind of hard, but I'm not going to pretend that everything is sunshine and rainbows because that's not the reality of the world. So I pulled this card, and it's from The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. She's one of the first spiritual mentors I ever came across. Actually, her book, Universe Has Your Back, was one of the ones that opened up massively for me in my spiritual journey. So the card I pulled today is, my happiness is a direct reflection of my faith, my level of faith in the universe. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. And I feel like this, everything is intuitively guided. Everything is needed, and you get the information that you need when you need it the most. I definitely needed this card. I have been in a place where things have been hard for a really long time. And I find myself saying, I'm like, why is it still hard? It's still hard. I'm just so done with it being hard. And I'm realizing, especially today, I just came from my therapist. I highly suggest, if you do not have, talk therapy is a very, very healing tool. Have a therapist. It's amazing. And we were talking about this as well. It's like, I keep on expecting, and what he said specifically was you cannot control the universe, even though you think you do. And I had this oh shit, I'm a control freak. It is something I did not know about myself. It is a coping mechanism that I picked up from being a small child, because I had to, in order to survive, control everything. I had to control my emotions. I had to control the people around me. I had to be hyper aware of how I acted, how the people around me were acting. I had to control. That's the only way. I couldn't control anything in my home life, so I controlled everything that I could. I controlled getting a job. I controlled being at work. I control my children. I control making food. I am the person that I do all the things, and it's okay. I understand this is a problem, not a problem. This is a something that I have noticed needs to be fixed. But I was trying to control the universe as well. And I know a lot of us do this as well. We're I ask for something and I don't get it fast enough, so I'm going to do. We overwork, we overproduce, we overanalyze, we overdo everything. We're so, just an example, not even spiritually related. In my household is a disaster. It's not a disaster. It's actually not. We've done a lot to fix it. But there's this, if everything is chaotic, my instant reaction is to control things. Okay, so if everything's chaotic, I'm going to control what the kids are doing. If everything's chaotic, I'm going to control how dinner is made, how the laundry is done, how all of these things. And it was I thought I was fixing things, but in fact, I was just adding more pressure to my controlling nature, to my controlling issue. I wasn't allowing other people to help me. And then I would get mad because I couldn't do it all, because I was doing everything. I do everything. I make the food, I plan the meals, I plan the kids, I drop them around, I do everything. I run the household, I manage all the things. I run a business on top of all of this. And then I get frustrated when other people aren't stepping in to help, but I'm not allowing them to step in to help because I'm controlling every situation. This is just a household, human existence example for me. It's the same thing that we do in our spiritual journey as well. We're expecting the universe to deliver. And when the universe isn't delivering, we're I'm just going to do it anyway. I asked for guidance and I didn't get the guidance instantly. So I'm going to go find it and figure it out myself. I wanted to start a business and I didn't get the answer I wanted right away. So I decided to just go do it with somebody else or a different way, whatever it is, or pay out of pocket because it's what you should do. Whatever the situation is, we never allow the universe to support us and love us like it truly is. We are meant to have every single thing that we desire in this earth. We are meant to have exotic, beautiful, creative, sensual, delicious lives and feel fulfilled in everything that we do. But we're so used to controlling every single little aspect of our lives that we put a chokehold on the universe and we don't allow ourselves to receive. Because we're just going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway because nobody else is going to do it for us, and we're going to do it better because we don't trust anybody. And I know at least half of you, if not most of you, are going to be like, oh shit, that's actually me. I didn't realize this was an issue within myself. I just thought I'm not a controlling person. I don't do everything. And I'm like, oh, I actually am. To where even in my business, if I wasn't getting things that I wanted, I could have hired people out. And I had hired people. I had a VA. She was incredible. Did I let her do things? No, because I just controlled everything and I had to do it by myself because I didn't trust anybody else to help me. I am somebody who never received support. I still, as a 31-year-old woman, do not receive support. Familiar support, spiritual support. Well, spiritual support I do. I have a mentor and she's amazing. I do have lots of a community that I have, financial support. I have been the one to do it myself. I raised myself essentially. I did have physical parents. They were there. They did the best that they possibly could win the time that they could. But support wise, it is something that I've done for myself. I am the one that has taken care of myself my entire life. And when it comes to things like this is a habit that I'm breaking. And if you have support in your life, I am so incredibly happy for you. That is amazing. But look at other areas of your life where maybe you don't have support. And are you controlling those issues as well? So for me, I didn't have support, so I had to control everything. It's just how I coped. There is nobody for me to drop my kids off to. There is nobody for me to just I had this a couple weeks ago and I'm like, maybe I'll get a job outside of the house. Not because I need a job, but more for my mental sanity. I work from home. I stay at home. I am with children from home. A lot of you, I met somebody the other day. I was with a group of women and they're like, what do you mean? You're an introvert and you didn't have friends in high school? I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. I am extremely introverted. They're like, what? I'm like, I don't like leaving my house. Anyway, so I was going to get a job for my own mental sanity. And I had this thing where I'm like, I actually can't get a job because my kids are always sick or they've been always home. And I wasn't, in that moment, I wasn't trusting the universe to support me. So I'm like, I'm just going to go get a job. And then I instantly denied that reaction that solution because I'm like, nope, my kids are going to be sick. I didn't trust anything in that process. I mean, honestly, reality wise, I'm not going to be able to, my kids are very I have 3 children who are 18 months apart in each of them, 20 months apart. They're 3, right now, they're 8, 7, and 5. And next week, they're going to be 9, 7, 5. My kids are very close together. So I don't have that support. That's where I was going back to. I'm like, what was the point of this rant? This is what happens when you listen to my podcast, guys. This is if you've been in my world, this is how I work. This is how my brain works. But I promise you there's a message, there's a solution, and any of these things. So if I were to go get a job, I'm not going to be able, I don't have the support. I can't just leave and expect somebody else to get my kids. I am the sole person that is in charge of everything in my household, my children, finances, all the things. But what I found, especially the past couple of months, is I've been over controlling. I've been over the image they keep on showing me is literally putting the universe in a chokehold, and I'm choking off and I'm not allowing anything into my life that I need and desire because I don't trust. And, trust is something that I've been working on for all of my spiritual journey, all of my healing journey. It is something that I didn't trust humans. I never trusted humans. I honestly didn't start trusting my husband until a couple of years ago. I have massive trust issues because of the PTSD in my life, the traumatic things that happened in my life. So I didn't trust the universe because things weren't working. Even though they're trying to show me, because the universe loves you unconditionally. They love you unconditionally. The universe, spirit, God, source, whatever you want to call it. I interchange the words, whatever it is. They love you unconditionally. But it's just like a human being. If you say that you love somebody unconditionally, but you don't trust them, you don't allow them to support you, they're not going to offer the support. They're not going to give you options to trust them because you've already shut that door. And that's what a lot of us do is we say that we trust the universe. We say that we're deeply supported and loved by the universe, but we shut the door because we don't feel safe enough to receive the support. We don't feel safe enough to receive money. We don't feel safe enough to receive guidance. We don't feel safe enough to have that dream job. We don't feel safe enough to do all these things because of the way that, the way that we were brought up, the way that we were raised, the way that the circumstances of our life. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you're finding yourself in this loop-de-loop of everything is going wrong, why is it so hard? What is happening? Are you trusting the universe? Are you trusting and having complete and utter faith that everything is working out in the way that it's supposed to work out for you? You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and she's like, I don't know if the universe is just, teaching us a lesson. I think it's just really hard. And that there is truth to that. Yes, it is really fucking hard. Being a human is fucking hard. Kids are going to get sick. The car is going to break down. Bills are going to come in, whatever it is. And especially the way that we're living right now, it's economically really hard. It's really hard for a lot of people. We were in a really good financial state for a couple of years. And I mean, we're still not nearly as bad as we were when I first had children, but it's a different situation. But I'm finding myself, and I was talking to other people too, like we find ourselves making excuses and choking off the love and support. And like, I know I keep on going back to that, but it's like, why, when things are hard, are you open to receive? Because when things are hard, we put all of our barriers up. We put all of our sides up. We close ourselves off completely, and then we start controlling every little thing because we're out of control. This is a normal human reaction to things. We're out of control, so we feel like we need to control more. In honesty, in reality, we need to control less. We need to be open to support more. And like for me, one of the things I'm working on is like releasing control. How can I release control? I can't control if clients sign up for me or don't sign up for me. I cannot control if, Reiki comes in. I cannot control if people sign up for Reiki or people don't. I cannot control my children's behavior. I cannot control my husband's behavior. I cannot control the weather as much as I would like to, because holy moly, if it could be spring, that'd be great. Although we did have like a nice 60-degree day the other day. But I can't control anything. But I'm trying to control all of those things that are completely out of my control. I'm trying to control the universe, and I can't. And then I get mad that I can't. And I know that there's somebody out there who's going to be like, holy fucking God, Carrie, thank you for saying this. You're not broken, and you're not wrong, and you're not bad. So stop shaming yourself and stop judging yourself because things are hard. And this is something I follow into all the time. As spiritual leaders, as spiritual mentors, we are kind of like put on a pedestal of, oh my God, you shouldn't be talking about that because your life's a mess, or you can't be having hard problems. Like your life can't be a problem, blah, 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 because you're spiritual. No, I'm a fucking human, y'all. Like I'm a human being with 3 tiny humans that am in control of 99% of the time. The only time I am not with my children are if they are in school. If they are in school, which they have been in school. All 3 of them have been in school for 1 week completely last week since January. Things happen, but it's how we react to the situations. If we are strangling the universe and the support that is available to us, we're not going to receive. The answers to your problems are probably right in front of you, but you're so blinded by everything that's wrong, the wrongness, the unfairness, that the control, it's like this. You're showing me like a black veil, like this black veil goes in front of you and you can't function. And you're like, I'm just gonna freak out. I'm going to try and clean the black veil, but you can't clean the black veil. You can't. You're just making it worse, but you're like, no, I'm doing something. No, I'm doing something. Doing something is not the answer. Most of the time we have to not do something and trust. And it's so hard for us because we're do. It's literally beaten into us sometimes. We have to do. And if we're not doing, we're failing. And if we're failing, we're not doing enough. So we add on more to the cycle, and we're constantly overworking, overdoing, over controlling, over all these things. And then we reach burnout. And then we break like a normal human being would break, because nobody can control that much. Nobody can do that much. And then we break, and then we judge ourselves for breaking. And then the people around us who are used to us doing all and being all can't handle us breaking because we've controlled everything. I saw this firsthand when I had a very bad couple weeks, and I'm here to say that, like, that's okay. I had a massive panic attack, and it was debilitating it was actually worse than that. It was like a very, very bad day, bad weeks anyway. But I physically could not take care of the house. And I realized, I'm like, why is nothing getting done? It's because I had been controlling everything. I was the one doing everything. So nobody, like my kids, didn't know how to do chores because I controlled everything. This has since been remedied. My children now have chores and they stick to them daily. I have massive control issues in the kitchen. The kitchen is my safe place, and I don't like people messing up my kitchen, and I don't like people in my kitchen. It's my biggest issue. It's okay. I've accepted it, but I've like slowly loosened the control. Okay, I'm going to let my husband cook once a week. I might have to eat a salad because I don't want him to eat what he eats, but I'm going to allow him to do it. We have to open, and like, it's a little thing. I know that's not trusting the universe, but it's learning to trust human beings, and it's learning to trust people outside of myself and outside of yourself that's going to help heal this wound. We're going to go back to the card. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. If you don't trust, if you don't allow the universe to support you and love you, you are going to feel like you are unworthy and not enough. No matter what you do, it's never going to be good enough. You can make $1 million and you're still going to be miserable. You can have the best job in the entire world and you're still going to be miserable. You can have an amazing partner and you're still going to be miserable. Nothing is going to be good enough until you truly love and trust and have faith in the universe, in yourself, in source and God, whatever it is, whatever it looks like for you. Because we cannot control the universe. We cannot control things. So I'm going to leave that at that. I love you all so much. Take a breath. You are not alone. This is not something that's new to you or me. This is an ongoing thing that needs to be called out. And a lot of people have called it out. But I'm here to show you that, like, you can make small shifts daily. You can make a shift and set an intention. I'm going to let my husband cook dinner once this week. I'm actually going to tell him, and he's not going to like it very much, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to, ask for more support from my children and be like, you can do chores. Like, you're actually physically capable. We have the power to do these things. We have the power to let go of control. We have the power to trust, and we have the power to receive. I love you. Have an amazing week. I will see you next week. Bye. If you made it to the end of this episode, that means you are truly committed to your goals and open to miracles. I am so proud of you. If you want to get more Carrie, make sure you subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode. Your experience means a lot to me, so I welcome you to leave an honest review. And you can follow me on social media at Carrie Briggs Coaching. If you really want to get in on the action, sign up for my monthly membership, Unlock Yourself, or reach out for more powerful one-on-one work. I love you all so much. See you next time.